Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, and this will be the second garden tour that I've given this year. This garden is about 3 years old, and we use the Back to Eden no-till method. We did just get done taking most of our peas out. I did save some for seed, and I took a video of that, so I will show you that first. Here's a little before shot of the garden before we take these peas out. I just wanted to show you guys. They did end up producing quite well. We're going to take these peas off the trellises tonight, and we'll have to untangle the green beans from them. And then I'll keep a few of the plants that have seed peas on them so that I can save the seeds. You can see the difference. The tomatoes on the left, I've taken most of the peas out from there, and then we've got some more to take out down farther. This is the same trellis that I just showed you, and we've got some tomatoes growing on this. These are Hungarian oxheart. This one isn't. This one is a cherry tomato. And then we've got some Hungarian oxheart, and you can see they've got really thick stems. They've got some fruit starting to set on, and these fruits will get up to a pound. They're very large. And then farther down, we've unwound the beans from the peas and wound them back up this trellis, and I'm hoping that they'll thicken up a little bit. They were competing with some of the peas for sunlight and nutrients. On the back of that same trellis, we have our sugar snap peas that I'm saving for seed. We've got our purple cabbage, and what I did, purple cabbage was planted fairly early, mid-March, under hoops, and I've got another crop coming up underneath. We've got some Swiss chard, and then we also have some beets, and they're going to need some sunshine, so I'll probably trim back some of these outer leaves of the cabbage so that they can get more sun underneath. If you're wondering what this is in between, this is beets from last year that didn't get pulled, and so I'm letting them go to seed so we can have some beet seed. I also tucked a few of our spare peppers underneath there. Here we have our pepper patch. We've got all sorts of hot peppers. We've got some shishito right there, and I think these are all chili peppers. Got a couple peppers setting on. I believe these are a sheep's nose, if I'm not mistaken, which is a type of small sweet pepper. And then our banana peppers down there. Right next to them, we have a row of leeks in the back. And then our red onions up here in the front. And they're just starting to form a bulb. You can see that one there is starting to bulb up. Also behind the beets and leek row, we have some zucchini. And on this side, we saved some peas also for seed, but also this whole corner of the garden is shady for longer, so I'm hoping these might continue to produce for us. And then we have a little row of carrots, some beets, and some gill feather turnips that are really liking the shady corner over here. Over here we've got some eggplant in the back, those 3 eggplant. Our one humble broccoli that didn't really produce very much, but it's trying. And then we have some lacinato kale. We already harvested our cauliflower. It did pretty well. We've got a couple more red cabbage that I just tucked in there. This is some dill. We've got volunteer dill all over the garden. And then we have some more eggplant. This is a purple variety, the standard that you might see in the grocery store. And then this one is a Japanese eggplant. I believe it's called pig tongue. So I thought we'd try that this year. And then right next to the eggplant, we have a volunteer lettuce, some bush beans that are just starting to bloom. These are jade bush beans. And next to them, we have our pickling cucumbers, a whole bunch of volunteer dill, volunteer sunflower, and tucked back in there we have some chamomile that volunteered. This is our Three Sisters garden. In the foreground here we have some radish that's going to seed that we're going to save seed from. And then we have our Montana flower corn. At the base of that we've planted some purple pole beans like we have on the trellis. And then we have our sweet meat squash. This plant is spinach that we're letting go to seed. We pulled everything but a couple plants so we can save seed from that. This is my daughter's sunflower that didn't get very high, but it's looking so pretty. And then we have a kale that's left over from the row of kale that we had back here. This is our gooseberry plant, and it will get about 3 or 4 feet tall and 3 or 4 feet wide. This is our comfrey plant. This is about 3 weeks of growth, maybe 3.5. And you can see it's really come back and it's already starting to send out flowers heads again. So we'll probably cut that back again and use it to fertilize our garden. All down this trellis here we've got our tomatoes. And what I like to do to train the tomatoes to a trellis is when the tops are getting almost to the height of the next bar in this cattle panel, I'll just reach through every day and pull it through so that it weaves in and out of the cattle panel. We have several varieties of tomatoes. We're growing some Bonnie's Best. You can see some setting on right there. And then we're growing some from saved seed from a Arkansas Traveler. This one is a Dr. Weike's Roman Candle, and it is a paste type. You can see it's longer, but it will turn yellow. I can see that I need to prune the suckers off of this one. When they're small, you can just pinch them off with your fingers. There's another one here, and they grow where the leaf stem meets the main stem. And you just want to remove those so that the plant can put all of its energy into this main leader. So you tend to get bigger fruit this way. We also remove the bottom stems. We prune those up to about 1 foot off the ground. And that's just so we don't get blight or splashback from watering. I also have a Heat Master tomato. I believe that's this one right here. It's really setting on well and is about 1 foot taller than all the rest. We also have 3 different kinds of potatoes planted in these mineral tubs, and we just put them under the roof line to help with watering. This is our herb bed. We have some sage and basil, and then in the corner we've got our garlic, and it's looking like it's almost ready to pull. When the leaves die back about halfway up like that, then you know it's ready to pull. I'll show you just a few of our flowers. These are Sweet William, I believe is the name if I remember right. And then these are some carnations that made it through the winter and look like they'll be blooming soon. We've got some mint, some Shasta daisies in the back, and some hollyhocks. Strawberries have taken a break from producing berries and sent out runners. We're trimming some of the runners back and then we're letting others root, like this one right there. And I will probably spray them with some fermented banana peel fertilizer, and that's supposed to encourage the blooming hormones to help them bloom again. We also have some red beets that we're needing to pull here pretty quick when they get just slightly bigger. There's a strawberry hiding right under there that we missed. And then we have 5 tubs of these sweet potatoes under the roof line back here. A raspberry row. You can see they're really starting to set on fruit. We've picked a few of them. They're just starting to ripen. So that's our 3rd year back to Eden Garden. Thanks for coming along, and we will catch you on the next video.